So I've found myself in a little bit of a scenario here. I've got a lot of axes. I've got a lot of really nice axes. But I don't have many that I'm really willing to just beat the hell out of and just not be afraid to tear up. A lot of them I've spent a lot of time and effort in, putting a nice edge on, getting it tuned up, making a nice handle for it or shaping up a nice handle for it. And I usually, use them, but try to be careful with them. Um, Doing some work in the yard, cut down some brush and stuff like that, and I've really found the need for a beater axe, and I don't have one. So that brings me to this project, which is going to be this beater Pulaski. Um, Basically, I got this head in a 2-for-1 deal when I was buying a different Pulaski online. This one came with it. It's a True Temper, Forest Service ones. It's really pitted. The bit's really, got a real bad toe jam. Toes significantly shorter than the heel. Pretty worn out. Looks like someone kind of went crazy drilling, trying to, get the remnants of an old handle out. So it's this head is really nothing special, nothing to write home about. I have zero attachment to it. So that being said, it would make a great candidate for a beater head or beater axe, but I did not have a handle, just standard double bit handle. I really wanted to give up and use for it. I've got a couple other, nicer ones, but I also didn't really want to go spend money and buy a new handle for an axe that's just going to get really, really abused. Probably chipping up rocks and any, metal or anything that might come across in the ground, whatever. Pretty rocky soil where I'm at, so that's where this handle comes into play. This is the handle off of that. I don't know if you saw it, but the Craftsman double bit video where I'm pulling all of the tons of nails out of the eye. That was this eye. Now there's still enough usable stuff or usable meat left on this eye to do something with. The main reason why I wanted to pull this handle is just because it is very. I'll land up with the straight line on the bench here. It is very bowed. That's probably, I don't know if they're a good inch, maybe bowed an inch. So this handle's pretty warped. Structurally, though, it's got some checks and stuff like that. It's definitely weathered, but there's no cracks. Doesn't look like there's a lot of run out. So structurally it's sound. So in theory it should be good to use again. So enough rambling. My idea is throw this junk head on this junk handle so then I can have a junk axe. Nothing impressive, nothing pretty. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but just get something usable for me to chop at and dig up a bunch of roots so I can actually mow over that area in my backyard. So quick build video and we'll get after it. So I guess first things first, I need to work on actually opening up this kerf and getting any remaining junk out of that eye. So again, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this thing, but I do want it to be a tight hang. So I'm going to take the shoulder that's kind of sitting on there off. Alright, that's coming together surprisingly good for 9 minutes worth of work. So, again, this is probably not going to be the tightest fit. I don't really care. Get it shaped up a little, but get it sitting a little further on that shoulder. Not much though, because I don't have too much more room to work with. And then we'll just pound a nice big fat wedge in there and call it good. And obviously throw an edge on it, because even though I don't care about it, it does still need to do work, so. So the palm swell is resting on the floor, so that's why I'm pounding it in this orientation. Not what I usually do, but this isn't a usual build, so. Alright, getting a bigger hammer now. And reclamping it. I have no idea how much of that was even in frame, but I'm gonna bring it up here. That is a lot of compression. You can see the top of that is mushrooming out nicely. Wedge is probably a bit too fat, but again, this is quick and dirty and ugly. I don't really care. This thing's just gonna get tossed right in the dirt. So it needs to have a sharp edge and something that I can abuse. So trim this off, get it cleaned up a little bit, and maybe we'll throw some oil on it, because even though it is a beater, I still want to be able to beat on it for a while. So. So the wedge got good compression. You see we had a lot more compression at the front than the back, but that's fine. Get this cleaned up so it's not going to hang up on as much stuff when we're chopping. Alright, so we've got a rough edge put on both the cutting bit and like the grubbing ends. I guess that's what you call it. The other side. So now it's pretty much ready. Just for to take a card scraper to the handle and then oil it. See how it comes out. So we're all oiled up. I'm happy with how it came out. Again, this is not winning any beauty contests by any stretch, but it should be very functional and should help me get at those roots that I need to chop up so I don't have this, tiny little stumps that I keep catching the mower deck on. I think one of the other things that I am going to do is, if you can see, it's bowed like that. I don't know how easily you guys can tell. You see how it's curved. It's curved like, like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp it on the bench with a block under the, I'm going to put a block under the head, and a block under the handle, and clamp it down to overextend it the other way, especially now that I soaked it in some oil. Just to see if I can kind of clamp some of that bend out of it. Doesn't matter, no, but I'm going to let it sit here, sitting and drying anyway, so might as well try it. So, thanks you guys for watching. Maybe I'll try to get a little video of it use if I can. But yeah, I would like to fix up another nicer Pulaski at some point, but the nature of the axes, most of them that I've come across have been used pretty hard, and rightfully so. They're working tools, and the work that they're doing is very very hard on it, so alright, get this clamped up and head to bed for the night. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. See how this came out. Maybe we'll try to get some shots in a follow-up video of this, but I think it's a success.